last class we completed up to inner try catch and finally, right? So do I need to do any revision? All points understood, remember, na? Okay. How many test cases are there in final block execution? 7. Or the 7? 7 test cases are there. Normal flow, with exception by catching, with exception by not catching, with return keyword, try terminated by return keyword, try terminated by break, try terminated by continue, and system.exit of 0. Totally 7 cases. In all 7 cases, finally block is executed. Oh no. First 6 cases finally block executed. For 7th case, finally block is not executed. Okay, now? Right. Now let us understand what the need of finally. What is the need of finally? If we want to execute some statements compulsory, then we will use finally block. Okay. Now the question. In project, when finally block is exactly used? As theoretical, I can say, when we want to execute some statements compulsory, then I should use finally block. But when that compulsory? As per real-time project, what is the scenario? So let us understand with small diagram. In projects, first we will create objects. Okay, first we will create objects. Then second we will use those objects and perform some operations. Okay, and third, after operations completed, we must close or unreference those objects. Okay, in every project we perform 3 operations. Number 1, creating objects. Number 2, use those objects and perform some operation. Close or unreference those objects. Okay, where we create objects? Where will we create objects? We will create objects inside try block. Inside a method, na? As part of one operation, we create objects. Where objects we will create? Inside method. Inside method, we will create objects directly? No. Earlier, we created directly. But now, once exception handling chapter understood, while creating object, there may be a chance we'll get some exceptions. Or while performing operation of those objects, some exceptions may come. That's why in projects, we will create objects inside try block, and where we will use those objects and perform operations inside try block. Okay, inside try block, if you got any exception, those exceptions we will catch by using catch block, and alternative logic or error messages we will display. Tell me, once the object's usage completed, I must close that objects, or I should unreference and destroy those objects. Where I should write this logic? Shall I write inside try block? No. Tell me, closing that objects and unreferencing and destroying those objects, optional to perform or compulsory? Mandatory. Compulsory or mandatory to perform. Then, if you want to perform mandatorily, compulsory if you want to execute, where I should write that logic in? Finally. Okay, suppose finally block is not there, assume. Finally block is not there. How will you handle? Try catch of. For example, I am taking database connection. To connect with the database, if all connections are closed, then we will get an exception called what? SQL exception. We will get an exception called SQL exception E. Okay, then try catch. So here in the try block, we will create JDBC objects, and then we will use those JDBC objects. How to connect to database? By using JDBC only. JDBC objects, and we will use those JDBC objects. Then next, what should I do? I should close. Okay. Then here I should write what? JDBC objects closing logic. JDBC objects closing logic I should write. Then all you people think and tell me, the JDBC objects closing logic, if I write here, what is the problem? Can you guarantee this line's execution? No. JDBC objects are created. While using those objects, I got SQL exception. Then control will go to where? Catch block. JDBC objects are closed or not closed? Then it's a problem or not? That's why what is suggested, write this JDBC objects logic in the catch block also. Write that JDBC objects closing logic in catch block also. Any problem? No problem. What yes, no. Here what logic is there? Exception handling logic is there. After exception handling logic, then what happened? JDBC objects are closed, no? What no, Rabbi? Assume no exception. Okay. Now, what is the point? In a try block, if no exception, right, JDBC objects are closed there. If in try block, if got some exception, then catch block is executed. In catch block, JDBC objects closing logic will be executed. JDBC objects are closed. Okay, na? Then, if finally block is not there, how to handle this situation? I should write that objects logic, objects closing logic in both try and catch. If I write in both try and catch, any problem? Yes, we have two problems. Problem number one, code redundancy. After try, I can write 10 catches now. In all 10 catches, I should write what? 10 times. Yes or no? From the try block, which exception raised, I don't know. Then I have to write the logic repeatedly in every catch block. Code redundancy. Problem number two. Okay, I am ready to write redundant code, not a problem. But still, there is no guarantee that logic is executed. Why? Okay. In a try block, in first two lines, I got error, exception. Then control come to catch. Then exception handling logic I have written. What is the guarantee that exceptional logic completed correctly? Maybe some problem may come. Okay. If we say exception handling logic may throw exception, if we say, then I will do one thing. First, I will write JDBC objects closing logic. Then I will write exception handling logic. Then first JDBC objects are closed compulsory, na? The problem is from the try block, if unknown exception rise, are you catching my point? From the try block, I am guessing what? Some 3-4 exceptions are coming. Then I have written 3-4 catch blocks. Then if unknown exceptions is coming, then there is an exception catch block. If I don't write, problem will come or not? And then finally write catch of exception. Backup catch block, yeah. Write on backup catch block and write their JDBC code. Are you following? So actually only one problem, but you can also say what? Second problem. What is the one problem? Code redundancy. And second problem, if unknown exception is raised, for whom we have not written catch block, JDBC logic will not be executed. If enter ask a question, okay, at end you write backup catch block, catch of exception, and then JDBC logic, then problem not there, na? Yeah, then code redundancy is there. You cannot avoid code redundancy. Then he may say, okay, I'll do one thing. I will write this JDBC objects closing logic in one method, and that method I am calling in all catch block. Yeah, method calling is also code redundancy. In future, I got one more exception rising, then one more catch block. In that catch block, again, I have to call that method. Na? That means it's a manual write. I may forgot to call that method. Then JDBC objects closing logic will not be executed. To how to solve this problem, that is where finally block came into picture. Everyone understand? So finally block is given To solve, what is the problem? Major problem? Code redundancy problem. If you want to execute some logic compulsory, when control come out of the try block, either with exception or without exception, either by catching or without catching. However, control come out of try block, then write that logic inside finally block. Tell me now here what logic? JDBC objects creation and the usage logic is here. Exception handling. Exception handling logic is here. JDBC objects closing logic will be here. That's it. Everyone understand? Now I have a question. Ready? Yeah? JDBC objects closing logic you are writing in finally block. If that connections are already closed, if you call again close, what happens? It will throw error. Array already closed, why you are asking me to close again? Okay, as not open. Connections are either not open or already closed. In both the cases, closing logic will throw error again, throw exception. Then how to write now? Inside finally block. If condition. Which code you are writing only if condition you are saying. What? In finally block we are getting what? Exception. How to handle exception in finally block? Try and catch. Wonderful. 1% also brain not using. Where you are in? You are in exception handling chapter and you are saying if conditions are. JDBC logics again you have to write in. Try. Catch of SQL exception E. Anybody attending JDBC? JDBC. If you attend JDBC, means advanced hour, you are going to learn all these things. So tell me, I told you that try catch finally placed inside a try or inside a catch or inside a finally is called inner try catch or nested try catch finally. Finally, tell me, what is the purpose of finally block? Finally block is used for placing some statements which compulsory must execute when control come out from try block. Generally, in the finally block, we will place objects releasing logic, objects unreferencing logic. Generally, that logic is called what? Clean up code. What we call clean up code. Now, this JDBC objects closing logic is called what? Clean up. I'm cleaning the memory, unnecessary memory from the JVM. Clean up code or objects unreferencing logic, clean up logic or clean up code or object unreferencing code or objects releasing objects releasing code. Any of the three words are meaning is same. So what type of logic we write inside a what do you call a finally block? Inside finally block we will place cleanup code, which is objects unreferencing or releasing logic. For example, in JDBC, we create a JDBC objects, nothing but connections to the database. Once those objects usage is completed, we must close those objects. That objects closing logic we will place inside finally block. Hope you all understand now? Yes. That's all about finally block and its real-time example. In advanced Java, you are going to learn these points more thoroughly, JDBC code. Now let's go to the next topic. Yeah, try catch after finally. That's what you are learning. Inner finally block. There inside finally block, try catch following by finally also you can write. Wherever try catch is there, you can write finally na. Inside finally, again finally code will not be there, right? Already we are running guarantee code. Again for guarantee code will be there. No, no. We can write, okay na? We can write. Bro, I am already contacting one specialist doctor. That specialist doctor, more specialist will be there. Inside finally, what type of code you are writing? Guaranteely execute. For this guaranteely executing code, another guarantee will not be there, no. Generally, inside finally block, we write only try catch. Try catch, finally we don't write because there is no further guarantee code. The try block, we write inside a method. Inside method, we write try block. Inside try block, we have written some logic. For this logic, I want to execute some compulsory logic. That compulsory logic of the method, we write in try catch finally. Outer try catch finally, we will write. Okay. So again, inner finally generally will not be there. But according to interview, inner finally block also will be there. We have to understand. Inner finally or nested finally, it's need and execution control flow statement. Generally, there is no need of inner finally. If you want to execute some guarantee statements for inner try, then we will write what? Inner try catch final. So tell me, what is inner finally? The finally block we placed for inner try catch is called inner finally. If you have some logic compulsory to execute for inner try catch, then I should place inner finally. Done. Understood? Right. Then execution test cases. Okay. Today class target what I want you to understand. Inner try catch finally after the most horrible story, compiler thinking about on the code we place in try catch finally on the code we placed in and after. Okay, in and after. So this is a horrible story. If you have practiced control flow statements chapter compiler thinking, it will be easy. And then next point we have to learn 20th topic, exception propagation. Okay, so these topics we have to complete in today class. I think not more than this. Okay, let's see now. If we can have time, we will discuss some more points. So first tell me, inner finally what? A finally block placed. Now let me take this. There is no test case as such. Okay. Just syntax point. This is before OT. OT and OTT here. Outer try. Okay, before outer try. This is in outer try. This is in inner try. Okay, this is in inner catch. I see. Acha. Okay. In inner finally. Array, that is not ifroy. That is not ifo. Inner final. After inner try catch final. In outer catch. In outer finally. After outer try catch finally. Okay, 1 second. I forgot one topic to teach. Okay, we learn already return break continue flow of execution from try to final. Okay, now inside try I place return. Then what is the flow? We place break in try. What is the flow? We place continue in the try. What is the flow? Now, if I place return break continue in final, where I am placing in final. In finally block, I place return break continue. What is the flow? This is very important. Then we'll come to this topic. Look at here. I'm taking a separate method, static int m1. Okay. Tell me, this is the code I have written. This also I should know. Is this program compiled or not? Well, is this program compiled or not? Is this program compiled or not? M1 method is not called. If I define method, I must call. Is there any rule? I have defined this method with return type int. Inside this method, I must return value. Na? Did I return value? No. Compiler will throw error. Missing return statement. Now, I am placing return statement 10 here. Compiler? Why? Hey. You forgot everything, right? When control is going out of the try, it will go to finally executed and go out. Is this program compiled or not compiled? How compiler knows it is unreachable? Then M1 and SOPLN, how compiler software knows it is unreachable? Who knows? Compiler don't care about what you know. You don't work with your brain. You work with compiler brain. Okay? Now your brain is JVM brain. Think like a compiler. Your thought process is correct. Okay? But you are thinking like JVM. You are running the program. You are not thinking like a compiler. Compiler don't run the program. Compiler follows syntax. Okay. Come on. Is this program compiler or not compiler? Compiler? Everyone? So then next. Why? Excellent. That is the answer. Program not compiled. Missing return statement. Understand the point. If you keep on participating in the class, what is the benefit? He is a practical example. However I love, however you love, he never care. His target is keep on giving answers. Right or wrong, he never care. Whatever answer he is giving. Sometimes correct, sometimes wrong. When he say wrong, I am correcting. He is thinking, oh, this way not think, this way I should go. And going to next point. See, without I am explaining, he is giving answer now. Jyoti Ranjan, you don't think whatever you want. You answer what I am asking. So, the return statement placed inside try block is not considering by compiler. Still it is throwing error, missing a return statement. Okay. Why? Compiler thinking that this line may or may not execute. Before this line or on this line, exception may rise. If exception rise, control go to catch block. After catch, it will go to finally. After finally, it will come to this line and reach to end of the method. From the method, it is going normal flow. In normal flow, you must return value. Na? Value is not returned. Oh, I placed return statement in the try block. Na? You placed. But what is the guarantee it is executed? Yeah, it is guaranteedly executed. Really? Guaranteedly executed? Na? Then don't write in try block. You guaranteedly understand the subject by your own, then don't join any course. You join the course and say, I understood, I don't work, and then why you join the course? You join course means what? Your parents and teacher feeling that you will understand only by attending the classes and understanding what teacher is explaining. Are you catching my point? So if you place return statement inside the try block, the meaning to the compiler, that line may or may not executed. If that line is not executed, exception rise, then what is the flow? If no exception rise, return 10 is returning from here. If some exception rise, catch block of the method, no value. That's why compiler throwing error. Compiler working with original flow na assumptions. Compiler work always with assumptions. They is putting two assumptions, no exception rise and exception rise. In a no exception rise condition, 10 is returning. Exception rise in assumption, value is not there. That's why throwing error. Then what the solution to this problem? I have two options are there. Place return statement at end of the method also. Place the return statement at end of the method. If you place at end of the method, then what is the compiler assumptions? Okay, here exception is rise. If exception is raised here, Then control go to catch. Finally, after try catch, finally, value what return? 20. If exception not raised, what value? 10. 10 return before going out of the try, finally executed and went out of this method to calling method. Everyone understand that? Yes, really? Yes, let me show you the flow of execution. And tell me, I'm calling M1 method. M1 method return the value, na? That value I wanted to display. System dot out dot println. Can I call method as argument to another method? Double quotes result. Okay, there no compile time error, no runtime error. For the output, main start, M1 start, in try, in finally, 10 return to main method receiving 10 and displayed main end. Visualize the flow. Tell me the flow from JVM to main start, M1 start, try, in try, return 10. When return 10, it has to go out of the try. Before going to try, verifying finally there. Yes, finally executed and return. Down statements executed or not executed? Not executed. Okay, 10 coming here and substituted. And result 10. The next statement main 10. Then suppose, assume that exception raised here. Then what the flow tell me? Main start, M1 start, in try, exception raised, in catch, in finally, M1 and 20 return to main method. M1 replaced with 20 and main end. Okay, na? So this is the basic idea. When you are returning value from a method, you must return value at end of the method. If you don't return value from the end of the method, compiler keep throwing error. The value you are returning from the try block, compiler feels that may or may not execute. If no exception raised, the statements placed after try catch finally will not be executed. Assume up to here enough. If exception raised in catch block, who is catching that exception? JVM. That means from this M1 method, what is coming out? Exception. Then something written to here, na? When method is a void, non-void method, either result you must return or exception you should return. Something acknowledged to the calling method. Na? Then method execution failed, no? When method execution failed, what should I tell to main method? Execution failed. How can I return success value 20 or 30? Understand? If exception raised and not caught, which result is execute? Nothing, right? If you return 20, that means success flow, na? Failed flow, na? 20. If you return 20, success flow. Is success flow, na? Failure flow, na? What you are saying? Exception raised in the catch block. Who will catch? No one catch. That means this method execution should be terminated abnormal and return exception to the main method. Main method receiving exception. Enough. Main method should receive either successful value or exception. Okay, that point we'll discuss next coming class. Now, at this minute, I don't want to go that point. So finally, I hope you understand the if you place return statement that try, compulsory must place return statement at end of the method. Okay. Now, instead of placing return 20 end of the method, if I place inside finally, what happens? Which one error? Answer. If I place return 20 in finally block, what happened? Return 20 compulsory executed, na? Because you place inside way final. Finally means the statement is compulsory executed. When the statement compulsory executed, this line has a chance to execute? At least one chance to execute? No. Compiler throw unreachable statement. You cannot place here. Understand? Right. So repeat once again. If the method is a non-void method, you must return value from that method. So point number one, you can return value from the try block, or you return value from end of the method. If you return value from the try block, then that is not considered by compiler. Again, you must place at end of the method also. Point number two, if you place return statement inside finally block, it is allowed. But after try catch finally, no statement is allowed to place because it becomes unreachable. Is it clear to all? Okay. Now tell me, what is the output of this program? Sorry? What is the output coming out? 10 or 20? 10. All people are saying 20. Why 10? Or what about that return 20? Who? Then what is the output? Again, why you are saying 20? 10 or 20, fix it. Why 10? Then what about return 20? Okay, bhaiya, 10 accepted. Okay, what happened to return 20? Return 20 executed or not executed? Not executed. If return 20 executed, 20 should return no. Hadra bhai, return 20 should execute, right? When execute, what happened? First you told to return keyword, return 10. Then later you told to return keyword, return 20. Then what happened? 10 will return, 20 ignored. I told you bring Java book. Okay, you decided to bring Java book. Then I realized, then I called you. After you went to the room, I said in my staff room, you have Java book, go and bring. Then you went there. Then I want to refer Python also. Then I called you and say, hey, no Java, bring Python. Then what will you do? Java book only will bring. Eh? As per your answer, Java only, na? My second instruction you are ignoring. How dare you to ignore my instruction? First you told to return keyword, return 10. Then again you informed to finally. Okay, first I take one decision. Okay, but finally I'm saying one more decision. Follow first decision, second decision. What happened? 10 will return or 20 return? 20 return. Okay, na? How is it happening? How the flow of execution? Now listen. Here JDH will come into picture. You call main start. Right. Main start. In try. Then return 10. Tell me. Now return 10 should return to calling method. But before it is going, it should execute what? Finally block. So return keyword will temporarily place its value in. So JDH meant for storing exception. No, return values also. Okay, and then it will go to where? Finally. In finally executed. Then next return 20. Tell me, the return 20 will return to calling place. Who called finally? Finally, who called? JDH. Then return 20 to whom now? JDH. JDH is a array object, a variable. It is just a variable. When you pass new value to the variable, existing value replace with JDH is just background a variable. Then now this 20 will return to calling. So what is coming back? Then next line next. So JDH will always come in a termination flow to execute final. Program terminated, method is terminated, but still I want to execute finally, then JDH will come into picture. Clear to everyone? Okay, now I have another question. Remove this. What is the point we are learning? Finally, we continue. If a finally block contain return statement, always what will return? Finally block return value will be written. Always finally block return value will be written. The value we return from try or the value return from catch will be ignored. Finally return value will be written. Okay, next question. Case number 1. Case number. For example, if I place here return 10 place, I am writing return 10 by 0. Whatever. Exception raised, caught. Exception raised and caught na. What exception raised? Arithmetic exception. Arithmetic exception is raised and caught by catch block. Then what is the output of this program? Main start, M1 start, inner try, in catch, in finally. Is JDH came here? No, it's not a termination flow, normal flow, right? So in return 20 will come back to main method. Any doubts? Next case is danger. Now, here I am writing, okay, return 10. Here I am writing plus arcs of 0. Arcs of 0. Did I catch exception? If I don't catch exception, program terminated abnormally. Control go back to calling method with that exception. Tell me what happened. Here, what you are expecting output? Arithmetic exception? Sorry, array index out of bounds exception? Will you get array index out of bounds exception there? No. Why? Tell me the flow. Main start, M1 start, unit try, exception rise. Is exception catched by the catch block? Then from here it has go to the calling method. To go to the calling method, it is going out of the try. When it is going out of the try, it should execute what? Finally. So it is going to where now? JDH. In JDH, what is stored? Array index out of bounds exception. Okay, na? Then from here, control come to finally. In finally, return 10. 20 return to calling place. Inside already AIOB is there. It's replaced with what? 20. From here, what is coming out? Tell me. The exception raised in the try block is suppressed or not? Suppressed and eliminated. And then what is coming output from here? 20. So shall I ask a question? Cannot find something. This will not work here, na? Args variable belongs to what? Main method. Okay, here you generate new int of -5. What exception will get here? Mana teliyane vidya idi. Adi kaapothe idi. Negative array size exception. Emra JVM, Nathan Artha play, Kanto games Artha. Compiled, execute. Look at there in finally on getting what result? 20. M1 end came or not came? Not came. So, second point. Arey, which batch you are? Mutahir Khan. Eleven. Why you are not listening? Bola, why you are not listening? If you listen, why don't you understand? Chepu. Chepangaram, chepu. Args variable belongs to whom? Main method or M1 method? How can I access main method variable in another method? Jyoti Ranjan, why a caller? ఏం ఆబ్జెక్ట్ స్వామి 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 ఓ స్వామి which movie? Hey, unmute రా bhai.
Yes, sir.
ఇది పని చేసి అవట్లేదు. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Bolo. What object create object?
Sir, int of array. Int of array.
Arey bhai, what question you have asked ra babu?
Sir, you
Right?
Yes, sir.
You got error. What error? Cannot find symbol variable args. Why? Why?
Calling method from main method.
Args variable compiler searching in which method? M1. In M1 method, args variable is available or not available?
Available, sir.
Available.
Sir, not audible.
Today night you catch bus and come to Hyderabad. Where are you from? Hey, why you are muting, Ravi?
Sir, Odisha.
Odisha. Okay. Today night catch the train. Okay. After 2 days, we'll reach Hyderabad. Stay in hostels and come to the class offline. You are unable to focus online. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Args is not local variable of M1 method. It is a local variable of main. Main method local variable cannot access in another method. Variables chapter. Pro Jamana Kala Nature chapter, you forgot everything. So, in order to raise some other exception, I created array object. What exception raised here? Number format exception. Number format exception not matched to catch block. Then, from here, M1 method execution should be terminated and should go to where? Main method. But is it going? No. Because it should execute finally. Then this exception stored in JDH went to the finally. From the finally, control coming with return value. Then the exception in JDH is replaced with 20 and 20 return to here. So tell me, what is the problem if I place return statement in finally? The value we are returning from the try or catch will not return to calling method. Okay, now second problem. The exceptions arised in the try block, if not caught, they are not propagated to calling method. So placing return statement finally is a good programming or bad programming? Bad program. And third problem is we cannot place some statements after try catch finally. So if you place return statement the finally block, we have three problems. Problem number one, the value we are returning from try and catch are never returned to calling method. They are replaced with finally return value. Problem number two, the exceptions rising in try and catch, if unable to catch, those exceptions are not propagated to calling method. Finally return value is returning. Third problem, we cannot place any statements after try catch finally. It leads to compile time error. To avoid these three problems, don't place return statement in the finally block. Finally block you use only for placing cleanup code logic. Other logics you don't write in final. Everyone understand that? Yes, sir. Right. Now let us try to understand one more program with break. With break, what happened? Let's see. Can I write directly break here? Can I write break directly here? Aisa? Break is used for breaking what? Switch or loop. Have you placed break in a switch? No. In a loop? You place break directly inside method or inside try. So now it is a surrounding with try. You cannot break try by using break compiler throw error. What the error? Break outside switch. Break outside switch or loop. Break outside switch or loop. So here I am writing for loop. For int I equal to 0. Sorry. Where I should write break? Sorry. For int I equal to 0, I less than, let me write I equal to 1, I less than or equals to 5, I plus plus. Okay, and I have written what? Break here. Then close finally. Tell me, is this M1 method compiled or not? Is this M1 method compiled or not? Not compiled. Why? There is no problem with the break. You have placed break inside for loop. What is missing now? You place return statement inside try. That is not guaranteedly executed. So compiler throw error. Missing return statement. Now tell me, can I write this M1 end now? Inside finally block, do you have return statement? No. Then is this M1 method unreachable? No. It is reachable. Compiler throwing error what? Missing return statement. After this SOPLN, I should write return point. Now program compiled successful. Samajh mein aaya? Tell me, what is the output of this program now? Main start. Main start, M1 start, in try. In finally. In finally. M1 end. M1 end will come or will not come? M1 end will come or not? Will come. Array, you come to the finally with return 10 execution. My dear Gajneesh, Return 10, right? What the flow here? Main start, M1 start, in try. Return 10. Return 10 means what? Terminate method execution. Terminate method execution and control return to calling method. But try is associated with finally. So this is 10 temporarily stored in JDH. From JDH it come to finally. In finally, for loop executed, break. After break, for loop is terminated. Then control come to end of the finally. Where it will go control? JDH. From JDH it will go to Oh. Correct only na? M1 start, main start, M1 start, in a try, in finally, result 10, main end. Okay. Now I am doing this one like this. Can I write like this? What now? Em problem. This is one program, okay? This is one case where break and loop, everything you have written inside where? Final. What is the flow? Flow is what? Main start, M1 start, in try, return 10, JDH, JDH to finally, for loop break, come to what? Finally end. Finally you called from where? JDH. From here control go to JDH. JDH collecting 20, go to main method, main end. M1 and return 20 executed or not executed? Not executed because control come to final in the termination flow. In finally result 10. Not a 20, 10. Gajini fellows. Any difficulty? Now, same program I am writing with continue. What is the output? With continue I am writing same program. Any difference in the flow? No. Earlier with the break only one iteration executed. With the continue all 5 iterations executed. That is only the difference. But we don't see any output on the console. What the flow? Main start, M1 start, in try, return 10, JDH, in finally, for loop after continue, finally, and then JDH, take the value out and 20 displayed. M1 and 20 will come or will not come? Will not come. Control to, in finally result and main end. Hello? Am I going fast? Now the horrible story starting. I am placing for loop outside here. Try your output, your own output, try. Don't sit silently. M1 start. Main start, M1 start. For loop, now the internal logic should execute how many times? 5 times. Then okay, I value 1 less than 5. Okay, true. Try, in try, return 10. What is the meaning of return 10? Loop terminator, method terminator. Terminate the method and go out of the method. Before going out of the method, it is going out of the try. Before going out of the try, finally should execute. So it is storing 10 inside JDH and come to finally. In finally, we have break. What is the meaning of break? Break means terminate the loop. Continue running the method. Terminate the loop, continue running the method. What is the first decision I have taken? Terminate the method. Now, what is the final decision I have taken? No. Now, terminate and continue running method. That means whatever happened previous decision there in the JDH, ignored or not? Understand? Previous return means what? Terminate the method with new value. Now in place of return, what I have placed? Break. Break means what? Terminate method or terminate loop. Previous slide told you go to library and go to staff room and take the Java book. And I realized, I already returned to the library and I called and told you, not in the staff room, in library. Another path I told you. Previously, same path with a different value. Now I am telling what? Another path. So previous path flow, cancel it and choose what? Another path. Tell me, now M1N will come or not? Yes. Compile. Very, very complicated point. That's why no faculty teaching these points. And even they also don't know. Forget about not teaching. They don't know people. M1 start, main start, M1 start, in try, in finally. M1 and coming or not? What the meaning of break? Break is a new meaning coming to the JVM. Oh, whatever happened previously, ignore and then go to next line. Go to after method. Terminate the break and go after. Then tell me, end of the method, what is the value returning? 20. So initial value returning is ignored, 20 will return to this method. Really understand? Yes. Did you understand the difference between previous case and this case? Yes. Previous case you place loop inside finally. Now in this case you are writing try catch finally in the loop. That is the difference. Okay. Now let's see how many people correctly answer for next case. Ready? Yeah? Yes. See, am I learning any new points or teaching any new point? No, just a test case only. Any number of new cases you give, I don't confuse because I am strong in syntaxes and meaning of that line. If I know the flow of execution and meaning of that line, like a compiler and JVM, I don't confuse. That's why, what is our slogan? Learn Java with the compiler and JVM architectures. Don't try to understand concepts. Try to understand syntax, how compiler and JVM think. What the meaning of break? Break, loop, go out. What the meaning of continue? Terminate, iteration, go to next iteration. What the meaning of return? Terminate, current method and go to calling method. 1 second, where I am terminating? In try, I have to go to finally and run and go out. So just you have to follow the meaning of that statement. Automatically, every answer you will get easily. Let me see how many people correctly answer if I take continue here. Come on, why confusing? Correct. Go. Why are confusing? Correct. Flow is correct. Come on, go. Main start. M1 call. M1 start. I value 1, 1 less than or equals to 5. True. In try. Return 10. JDH. JDH2. Finally, continue. What is the meaning of continue? Terminate the current iteration and continue with the next iteration. Previously, you take decision, terminate the method, go out. But again, in finally, you take another decision. No. Not entire method, only current iteration of the method and iterate. Yes or no? Yes. Then from here, control will come to where? For loop, I++. I++ means what? 2. 2 less than 5. Yes. In try, in finally. I++. 3 less than. In try, in fine. 4. In try, in finally. 5. In try, in finally. 6. Pause. Go out. Main and 20. Otherwise, tell me, control flow statement chapter working? Main start, M1 start, in try, in final. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. M1 end, return 20, main end. I told you control flow statement chapter. Hey, if you practice this continue break, you will enjoy exceptionaling chapter. You forgot, I remember. Sir, I didn't attend 7:30 batch control flow statement, sir. Okay, very good. Asal no confusion. Yes or no? If you attended, so much knowledge confusion. Okay, if you don't attend, new fresh knowledge. Continue meant for terminating current iteration. Continue with the next iteration. That's it. So hope you got clarity on. Same program I am writing one more time. How many times you will write? Last time. In place of continue, I am writing return 20. Is this line compiled time error? Yes, sir. No. Return statement placed inside where? Final. That finally scope is what? Try. That finally scope is try. Try scope is what? For. When for is executed? What the guarantee condition is true? Earlier you have written. Earlier you have written like this. Finally scope is try. Try scope is method. Next line definitely not executed. Understand? Yes, sir. But now you placed inside where? For. Finally is executed only if the for is condition is true. No compile time. Vadali. You have to start use your brain properly. What is scopes are very, very important. Should not blindly one point island, same point apply everywhere. No. Okay. And tell me what is the output of this program now? Main start. M1 start. I value 1 less than or equals to 5. True. In try. Return 10. JDH. In finally. Return 20. Tell me, did you change the path? Same path? Same path. Return. Return previously told 10. Now you are telling 20. Control go to JDH. 10 replace with 20. Going back. Main and 20 will come or will not come? Nahi aata. In finally, result 20. So you have to practice all these points there in the material. So, what the point we completed? Finally with, generally people will cover only finally with return statement, but you have break and continue also. Return flow is different, break continue flow is different. Okay, now finally what the point? If I place return, break, continue inside finally block, the value returning from the try will not return to calling method. The exception raised from try or catch will not be propagated to calling method. And after finally block, we cannot place any statement. It leads to compile time error. If you place break, continue, return inside a loop, after loop it is allowed, but inside try finally immediately it is not allowed. For example, in previous programs, okay, in previous program here, look at there. Try catch finally after for I place M1 end. Allowed or not? Yes. For example, here if you write statement system dot out dot println of double quotes after loop. Allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. Why? This statement never executed because of continue. Continue, finally block, continue, definitely executed. From here control go to for loop. This line never have a chance to execute. Unreachable statement after loop. In case of break also, now this statement no error because it is after for, but this statement is error because it is after try finally. This statement never executed. Again compiler throw error, unreachable statement. So immediately after try catch finally it is not allowed. Shabah. All cases? 3 cases, okay? Now interview will ask the question, Array, I want to break continue written inside finally, but after try catch finally, still I want to add some statement. What to do? Okay, very simple. Bluff the compiler. For the target, can you bluff the compiler easily? Yes. How? Here you write if condition, either with true or false. Your wish, either true or false. Anything you can write. Then the statement compiler will not throw error. Why? Because where you place break continue return inside if. Sir, it is if true na sir. That is the very, very important point you should remember. If inside break or continue if you write, it will not consider true or false. This is one very, very important point you should remember. Remaining all cases, compiler software consider true as a true, false as a false. But if inside if we place break or continue or return, break or continue or return, it will not consider true as a true. It will not consider true as a true. It will consider it as what? Boolean. It may be true, it may be false. If false, then return not executed. What loop is executed or not? I mean, after loop statement executed, na? Compiler is thinking like this, and then it will compile it. So if interview ask a question, I want to place in finally block a break continue return. After finally also I want to place some statements. What should I do? You must place break continue return under if condition. That's it. Okay, na? All these points are there in the material. I want you follow them. Okay, na? Right. All cases I have given clearly. Tell me what we discussed today. First we understood finally, need of finally. First we understood need of finally. Finally block is used for placing cleanup code or objects resources releasing object unreferencing logic or objects resources releasing logic. Okay, for example, JDBC objects closing logic I must place inside finally block. Okay, then next. Finally block with what? Transfer statement. Inside finally, if I place any transfer statement, either return or break or continue, the value written from the return key, the value written from the try will not return to calling method. Number 2, the exception coming from try will not be thrown to calling method. Number 3, after try catch finally we cannot place any statement. So these are the compulsory asking written test exam. In company, in our as part of our project, really do we place return break continue inside a finally? No, we don't place. Okay, right? So if at all place, what is the flow purpose interviewer asking the written test exam, you have to practice. That's all. Now let me move to the next topic. What is that? Inner try finally. Inner finally. Inner finally. The finally block placed inside. The finally block is placed with inner try catch is called what? Inner try catch finally. 24, 25. Tell me, what is the output of this program by your own? I don't help you. Now onward, slowly, I'll take rest. I will give work to you. Before outer try, in outer try, in inner try, in inner catch. Inner catch? No. In inner finally. After inner try catch finally. In outer catch? No. In outer finally. After outer try catch finally. That means what part is not executed only? Inner catch and outer catches are not executed. Remaining all are executed. Hello, are you now JVM? JVM. Are online students? Everyone answered correctly? Babu, are you watching or answering? If you watch dabidi dibide, later you will get lot of problems. Nine AM batch students, did you join class? Okay. Now, what are the main points you need to understand? If I place outer try catch finally and inner try catch finally, when control come out of, listen, when control come out of outer try, outer finally is definitely executed. When a control come out of inner try, inner finally is definitely executed. So inner finally definitely executed when control come out of inner try. Outer finally is definitely executed when control come out of outer try. Let me ask a question. Control come out of inner try with an exception and not caught. Then what happened? Control come out of inner try with an exception and not caught. Then inner catch executed? No. Inner finally executed? No, no, yes, sir. Yes. After inner try catch finally executed? Exception raised in inner try here. Not caught. That exception is not caught. Then inner catch executed? No. Inner finally? After inner try catch finally? This line executed or not executed? Now the current flow is normal flow na termination flow na? When is the termination flow, how it is executed? Control came to finally from try, from catch, from JDH. When it come from JDH, how the next statement is executed? From there it will go to JDH na? Now the JDH is handovering except, okay, JDH taking the exception from where? Out of the inner try and taking out of the outer try. When it's going out of outer try, will it directly go? No. It is verifying outer try is match. Outer try catch is matching. If outer try catch is matched, it hand over that exception to outer catch. Then what the flow? Outer catch, outer finally. After outer finally completed, will control go to JDH, normal flow na? After outer try catch finally and regular flow. Advainda? If an exception raised in inner try and if it is inner catch is not matched, outer catch is matched. What is the flow? Inner try, inner finally, outer catch, outer finally, after outer try catch finally, normal flow. Exception raised in outer try. Sorry. Exception raised in inner try. Inner catch is not matched. Outer catch is also not matched. Then in a inner try, JDH should not forget. JDH, inner finally, again JDH will go. From finally it will go to JDH to outer catch matched or not matched? Not matched. Outer finally to after outer try catch finally. No, control come to finally from JDH. Control will go back to JDH. Take the exception, go to calling place. So what is the output? Before outer try, in outer try, inner finally, outer finally, and exception. Shall we try all these cases? Super programs, okay? You will cry like anything. Sir, brain blasting, sir. My brain not blasting. I'm enjoying. Why? Because I don't remember cases. I remember only concept. What the concept? Only 2 points. Normal flow. Next statements execute. From the JDH finally go back to JDH. Ante. Simple flow. If I remember any program you give me, I will show my talent. I never trouble my brain. I will always train my brain. There is a lot of difference between troubling brain and training brain. I always train my brain to remember syntaxes and flow of execution, not cases. If I learn 10 cases, maybe other person give 11th case, 12th case, 13th case, maybe combining break, continue, if, that too, this too. I learn cycle riding. You ask me faster cycle, I will ride. You ask me slow cycle, I will ride. You ask me bend cycle, I will ride. I learn outright cycle. Syntax I know, that's all. I'll show my talent. Yakada, who? Why we will use inner final? To execute guarantee statements for inner try. For inner try, I have some statements compulsory. Where I write? Outer finally for outer try. Your father has clothes. Why you have clothes? My father has clothes and outer try is your father. This is your father clothes. This is you. This is your clothes. Understand? Every person has guaranteed execution logic. Father logic, father. Child logic, child. Child logic code you cannot write in father logic. Wrong. Done. Understand? Ready for test cases? Really? Last batch, few people enjoyed, few people cried. People who wanted to understand cases, crying. People who understood the flow, enjoyed. Yeah, I am able to answer. There are two types of brains, learning brains, answering brains. Learning already over, flow of execution. Finally, yesterday test cases only I explained. That is learning over. Today I am explaining new points are test cases on previous points. If you answer, you will enjoy. If you learn, crying, you will feel these many points. Oh, how can I remember, sir? Very difficult. I already learned. I am applying my knowledge. That people will get enjoy. Ready? Yeah? Yes, sir. Case number 1, no exception raised. What is the output? Before outer try, inner try. Two times you have to read. First your answer and then JVM answer. Verify your answer, JVM answer, same. Same? Exception raised before outer try. Both inner catch, outer catch matched. Before outer try, inner catch, outer catch. Inner catch will catch exception coming from inner try. Outer catch will catch the exception coming from outer try. The exception coming before outer try, it never touch. Who will catch this exception? JVM. Not JDH, JVM. It will directly go to JVM software. Because there is no finally block to execute. JDH will come into picture only when you want to execute finally. Otherwise, directly JVM software take it and display and terminate. Control 1, control 2, output is before outer try and exception. Case 2, understood? Case 3. Exception raised in outer try. Inner catch is matched, outer catch also matched. Before outer try, inner try, before outer, what do you call, before outer try, in outer try. Inner catch executed? No. Inner finally. Inner final. Inner finally executed when a control come out of inner try. Now control entered into inner try or not? No. All these statements execution terminator to outer catch, outer finally. After outer try catch finally executed? Yes, because control coming in normal flow. Online? Online understanding. Okay? Really? ఇప్పుడు నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయిదరా భజన. Now onwards you are going to see horrible points. Ready? Yeah. Let's. Exception raised in inner try, inner catch matched, outer catch also matched. Exception is caught by inner catch and flow of execution is normal flow. And tell me what is output? Before outer try, in outer try, in inner try, inner catch, inner if, after inner try catch finally will come or will not come? Will come because normal flow. It is normal flow because exception caught by catch block. If control come to the finally from JDH termination flow, then this is not executed. Okay. Then outer catch. No, already exception caught and suppressed. Then outer finally, yes, because control is coming out of outer try. After outer try catch final. Except outer catch, everything will come. చూసుకోండి, కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకేనా? మొదలెడదామా? Shall we start the new cases? By here onwards, torture will be there. Exception raised in inner try, inner catch is not matched. Hey, what is the spelling of number format? Hey, 1 minute. Yeah, why unnecessary waste your brain? Null pointer exception. Exception raised in inner try, not matched to inner catch, matched to outer catch. And tell me the flow. After inner finally where it will go? Tell me here system dot outer println executed or not executed? Not executed. From here going to outer. Outer catch AE is a handover to catch block. From here onwards terminated flow na normal flow na? ఏమి చెప్తారు ఇప్పుడే అలా చెప్తారా, ఎప్పుడు అలా చెప్తారా? In inner try, inner finally, outer catch, outer finally, after outer try catch final. Okay? Are you learning? ఎన్ని రోజులు నేర్చుకుంటారా? Learning? Already learned. Are you applying? Next. Exception raised in inner try, inner catch is not matched, outer catch is also number format. ఇందాక ఏం ఎర్రర్ ఇచ్చింది? ఓకే చలో. Now First tell me, normal flow na abnormal? Okay, chalo. What is the output? Ah. Okay. So 2 times 2 finally 6. However, control come out of the finally block, both inner finally and outer finally are executed. However, control come out of inner try, both inner finally and outer finally are executed. Finally, are you happy taking admission in my batch? Yes. Huh? So many days you are crying, right? Actually, you will not be happy when I am covering volume 1A, volume 1B. Not much happy. You will be feeling that syllabus not completing. You are crying on syllabus. But slowly, towards the end of the syllabus, you will start tasting the Java. The real taste you will start getting. Why? Initially, you don't know what is Java, what is happening. Something you are learning, looking, writing notes, writing programs. But slowly, once volume 1B completing and volume 2 completing, and you will start using the knowledge what you have learned. Then you realize, Arey, I am programmer, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm able to answer all questions. I'm able to write every program. Hey, super. And every interview I'm able to write. Hey, super. Every interview I'm passing. Every program I'm able to write. That stage you will get. 6 times ఈ program fail అయ్యి 1 time setting లో జావా నేర్చుకున్నామంటే నాకు సర్ప్రైజ్ గా ఉంది. సూపర్ మ్యాన్. ఉస్మాన్, you told everything in Telugu. Okay, how the non-Telugu people understand, man? Yeah. So what I am trying to tell you, tell to your juniors, Hare Krishna classes will not give happy at beginning classes. You should have patience. If you have patience, towards the end, you will realize what you learned. Okay, na? Shall I go next case? Yes, sir. I have not executed. No, not certificate, man. I'm saying that you send the message in Telugu, no? In my batch, not only Telugu people are there, non-Telugu people also there. Your happy moment, your success story, how other people can understand. That's what I'm saying. I'm not asking the proof. Got clarity? Yeah. What Usman is telling that he attended C 6 times. 6 times C courses attended, but 1 time also he didn't understand. Java he learned 1 time. First time only he understood everything and performing well. That's why he gets surprised. Okay, chalo. I'll look at the output. Before output, before outer try, in outer try, inner try, inner finally, outer finally. No catches, and then terminate. Ready? Next case. Yes, sir. Next case is latest case. Exception raised. Okay, na? Inner catch is not matched. Outer catch is matched. Okay, na? In a inner finally, I have a return statement. It is a return semicolon. Why? Because it is a void method. Inside void method, I can write only return statement. Bolo, what is the output now? Show your talent. Now it is from here it is going to JDH. JDH to inner finally. What is the meaning of return? Whatever happened previously, ignore everything. Ignore everything and return. Ignore everything and return. That means the previously raised exception stored in the JDH will be removed. Return with value, without value. That means JDH exception is removed and make the JDH empty. When there is no written semicolon, JDH empty, JDH with exception. Control is coming out of the outer try, JDH with exception. That exception match it to catch. Understand? Yes, then catch block catching and normal flow. Now, if I place written semicolon here, what happen? It will go to JDH. Clean the JDH. Remove everything from JDH. Samajh mein aaya? Then control come out of the outer try, JDH with exception or without exception? Then catch executed. Finally? No, no. Finally, yes. After outer try catch, finally. Executed or not executed? No. Already is a termination flow, na? Ayyo. Written semicolon is a termination flow. Andike, em cheppanu? Draw diagram on answer. With your eyes, if you tell you are Gajini, you will forget. Draw diagram so that you will get everything clearly. Now, outer try, inner, before outer try, before outer try, inner try, exception, go to JDH. Then, inner finally, return semicolon. Earlier we come to JDH without written statement. Now with written statement, remove this A. And we should go out of where? Outer try. Before going to outer try, it is checking what? Outer finally. So from JDH, it is going to outer final. Control came to outer finally from JDH. JDH and a termination flow, na? After finally, where it should go back? JDH. From JDH going out. With exception or without exception? What is the output? Outer try, inner try, inner finally, outer finally. After outer try catch finally will come? No. Exception will come? No. Unreachable statement compiled temporary here. I should comment. I forgot. Control 1, control. Look at that. These points you have to practice once at home. Practice means practice or revision. Already you practice today in the class. After going to home, do revision. Write program from the material into your notes. And then write a diagram as I am writing here. Okay? Same program I want to take with return 10. I'm calling method here. Tell me now, flow. Test number 26. And same flow. Outer try, inner try, outer before outer try, in outer try, in inner try, JDH. Go to inner finally, return 10. Arithmetic exception replace with what? 10. Then go to outer finally. In outer finally, do you have any value? No. Control come back, normal, take the 10 and go. Output is what? What is there? Missing return line number 20. Oh. We return 10 inside inner finally, na? Inner finally is not guaranteed executed for the method, right? So let us write here return 30. Control 1. Now look at their outer try, inner if, outer if 10. Suppose I am writing return 15 or return 20 here. Then in outer finally also I have placed return 20. Then first of all, these two lines compile time error, na? Yes. I have to comment them. Control 1, compile. Output 10 or 20? 20. That's it. So all cases are covered. All these points are there in the material. Only you have to do revision for remembering forever. Will you work out? Yes. So successfully we have completed inner finally block, its need and execution flow test cases. So tomorrow we'll try to understand the more horrible points. Compiler thinking, exception propagation. Yeah. So these two will take 1 hour. And we'll also start working with what? Throw and throw keywords. Throwing an exception. Okay, let me write throw and throws keywords. Also, we can also develop one project. When to use? Throws, try, catch. Okay. When to use? Throws, try, catch, final. Tell me, these two are one group. Throws is one group. Try, catch, finally is another. Okay, right. Tomorrow, our target, this one. Tell me, by tomorrow end, we completed exception handling all points. What else? Exception handling related all points completed. I said exception handling. Exception handling means what? Throw exception, report exception, catch exception. Throw exception, report exception, catch exception. And execute some logic finally about that exception. So exception handling related all points are complete. Up to now we work with our own exceptions. Sorry, we are working with what? JVM given exception. In projects, we should also work with our own exception. That is the next part. Exception handling related, custom exception related points. Okay. So by tomorrow, we are completing full-fledged understanding on exception handling. Don't miss tomorrow class. Very important. Thank you. That's all for today class.